Good day to you and welcome to another Paddocks Club video tutorial. In the context of business organizations, it's very usual to develop a strategic plan. The benefit of such a plan is that it clarifies the organization's mission, the reason that it exists, its vision for the future, its values, and its short and medium-term goals. Against this background, the executives of a business are able to steer it in the right direction, and the rank and file are able to align their personal goals and development plans with the overall business strategy. Now, we all know that sectional title is not a business in the normal sense, but perhaps there is some value in doing a similar exercise. Here is a suggestion as to a draft strategic plan for a sectional title body corporate. The first one would want to establish the body corporate mission, the reason that it exists. This at a high level could be stated as to control and administer the common property and to enforce the provisions of the Act and the scheme's rules. This in a nutshell is why the body corporate exists. And any activity that doesn't serve this purpose should be looked at askance. I mean, is this actually appropriate behavior in the context of this scheme? The second step is to establish a vision statement, a description of the way the body corporate wants things to change as a result of its operations. A starting point might be to maintain a community in which the common property is managed, repaired, and maintained in compliance with the Sectional Titles Act, and the scheme's rules are enforced in a way that preserves and enhances property values and promotes harmony amongst owners and occupiers of units in the scheme. If we look to the setting of values, a description of the way in which we expect the body corporate to behave as an organization, there could be four primary expectations. Firstly, that the scheme's trustees and managing agent will act as prudent financial managers, very important. Secondly, that the trustees will act in a consultative manner and be responsive to the owners and occupiers' needs. Let's not come home and find the trustees have painted the whole place pink. Thirdly, that all the scheme's administrative processes will be operated in a transparent manner. And finally, that the trustees will educate themselves and, to the extent reasonably necessary, educate owners and occupiers about the rights and responsibilities of sectional title living. The body corporate needs to have a primary goal describing the situation in which it wants to be by a specific time. Given that the executive are elected at an annual general meeting, a sensible goal might be that the body corporate will be compliant with its obligations, that owners will be compliant with their obligations, and that the scheme will be within budget and without any major unresolved disputes by the next annual general meeting. That focuses the mind on the things that need the attention of the trustees and owners, and resolution of any issues before the executive hands over the management of the scheme at the next AGM. The final step is to develop specific strategies that will support the body corporate's mission, vision, values, and goals. These need to be seen from a number of different perspectives. In regard to learning perspectives, the body corporate might agree to purchase a number of books on sectional title scheme management. I've got a good one if you're interested, and have these available for trustees. They may insist that the managing agent engages in continual professional development activities. They should make sure that all owners and occupiers have copies of the scheme's rules. In regard to maintenance and compliance, the trustee should undertake regular inspections of the buildings to ensure that all issues that require attention are dealt with timeously, not left to the last minute just before the AGM or allowed to become major issues. From a financial perspective, the most effective strategy is to ensure that the body corporate is run in strict accordance with the budget approved by owners at the last annual general meeting. If the scheme is properly managed from a financial perspective, this should never be necessary to have a special levy, which is only caused when there's a necessary and unbudgeted expense. Thank you for listening to this video tutorial. If you have any questions, let's deal with them in the discussion forum.